how do you think that the games market has changed in the last couple of years, and how do you predict that it's going to change in the future?
Well, I would say in the last couple of years, the more difficult part has been how you're broadening audiences, reaching out to more audiences, because of course you have these regiments like IDFA that have caused some significant issues for UA and marketing in mobile. But also, I think there have been some strains on how people are able to market even on PC, and of course, console is a fairly closed ecosystem, and those channels are reasonably traditional, and costs have kind of crept up. So those have been some challenges over the past couple of years. But I would say some of the interesting things that have happened is that I think, for example, some developers have been looking at, even on mobile, alternative app stores because there aren't any restrictions there. They're able to garner the kind of data and then extrapolate that to iOS, and it's given them a little bit of breathing room. And then I think you're also looking at people more interested in direct-to-consumer. So some of the things that have happened in North America, some of the things that have gone against Google and Apple, for example. I shouldn't say, I mean, that's a negative, but I think for direct-to-consumer it's been healthy in some of these regulatory changes that we're seeing. But more interestingly is potentially how games are going to be designed for the future. You're seeing how AI, for example, is being introduced into the marketplace, and I think there are two sides to it. One side is you get a lot of people very giddy about new technologies, and they might overuse it or use it in the wrong way, because AI isn't something that you can use to make a game. You remove the emotional part about that. Where AI is useful is in, let's say, an assist, and allowing, for example, an artist to be more focused on character design and being really creative there, and then the AI can model it in 3D, and then they can look at it in 3D. And I think that is a good thing. You're also seeing AI agents and the use of those, and that's another thing that could go spammy or very useful. And useful in two ways. In terms of game design, it could add a very interesting depth to, say, how you have your NPCs. NPCs as an AI agent could give you a unique gameplay experience versus my gameplay experience, depending on how you're interacting with those AI agents in the game. Narrative games, utilizing some of those AI agents in there, could create a very non-linear path in how those story games kind of go, and the replayability factor is very interesting. That's just on the surface, but even from say marketing and community standpoint, just being able to have an AI agent go out and say, where are my community of people? Because again, you cannot take the human element out of that. People don't want that. But you can utilize some of these things to go, okay, in all these countries, people are using these channels to talk about simulation games or talk about first-person shooter games. And then that's where the human aspect comes in, and you can start designing your marketing campaigns or your messaging to then talk directly to those communities.
Yeah.
So I would say those are some significant things where you're going to be able to say, better touch the audience more directly, especially if you want to do direct-to-consumer, but also in how we're designing games and bringing new levels of depth to that gameplay experience.